Hi there, I'm Emma, and I'm so excited to help you make your emails clear and kind.
And I am Mark. We are here to ensure your professional communication is logical and effective.
Sometimes we get emails that are a bit confusing, and it is okay to ask for help.
Exactly. The most direct way to start is by saying, "Could you clarify?"
If someone gives you a very short instruction, you might need more info. In that situation, the word elaborate is your best friend. It sounds so fancy, like adding decorations to a cake.
Not quite, Emma. To elaborate means to provide more detail or to expand on a concept.
I used to be afraid to say I didn't understand, but now I just say it is unclear. That is a very professional approach, Emma. It feels much better than just guessing what my boss wants. Using the word unclear focuses on the message rather than your own ability to understand. I love the phrase crystal clear because it makes everything feel so bright.
It is an excellent idiom for seeking absolute certainty.
When I use it, I feel like I'm making sure there are no hidden surprises.
It essentially means perfectly easy to understand or without any doubt.
Sometimes I like to repeat what I think I heard back to the person.
That is a technique called active listening applied to writing.
I usually start with the phrase, I want to confirm my understanding.
This allows the other person to correct any small errors before they become big problems.
When we need to go really deep into the details, we use a fun phrase.
We call it a drill down.
It makes me think of a tiny shovel digging for information bold.
Professionally, to drill down means to examine the minute details of a specific data point or task.
I always ask for the specifics when I'm starting a new project.
Specifics are the individual facts or details that define a task.
Without the specifics, I might paint a room green when the client wanted blue.
Exactly. Asking for specifics ensures the final output matches the initial request.
Mark, what if a sentence is just too vague? Like when someone says, high priority.
You can ask them to expand on that.
So I could say, would you mind expanding on what you meant by high priority?
Precisely. It asks for the context behind a label or a short statement.
I hate it when I misunderstand an email and do the wrong thing.
To avoid any misinterpretation, it is best to ask for more detail immediately.
It's like a safety net for your work.
It is. Mentioning misinterpretation shows you are proactive about being accurate.
Is alignment just a fancy word for being on the same page?
In a way, yes. Alignment is about ensuring our goals and understandings are synchronized.
I want to make sure our team has perfect alignment before we start the launch.
Using that word shows you care about the strategic direction of the project.
Let's practice a full sentence. Could you please elaborate on the third point?
This is perfect for a numbered list in an email.
It is polite and very specific about which part of the email was confusing.
The addition of please makes the request professional and courteous.
Here is another one. I'm a bit unclear about the proposed timeline.
This is a gentle way to say you don't know when the work is due.
It's much better than saying, I don't know when to finish this.
It invites the sender to provide a more structured schedule.
Just to be crystal clear, are we moving the meeting to Friday?
This is a closed-ended question, which is great for quick confirmation.
It leaves no room for confusion about the day of the week.
It is efficient and helps everyone manage their calendars correctly.
I want to confirm my understanding of the budget requirements.
Using this sentence before a project starts can save thousands of dollars.
It shows you are being responsible with the company's money.
It signals that you are taking the financial constraints seriously.
Could we drill down into the specifics of the design phase?
This is a great way to move from a general meeting to a technical one.
It tells the team that we are ready to look at the tiny details.
It sets a tone of deep focus and thoroughness for the next steps.
Wow, we learned so many great phrases today, like elaborate and specifics. We also covered more complex ideas like alignment and avoiding misinterpretation. Remember, it is always better to ask for clarification than to guess. Being crystal clear is the hallmark of a true professional communicator. Mark, I just got an email from my manager that says, fix the report. I have no idea what's wrong.
That is quite vague. You should ask for clarification politely.
Should I say, could you please elaborate on which sections need changes?
That is perfect. You could also ask for the specifics to avoid any misinterpretation.
Emma, as your client, I'm going to need the project scope to be a bit wider.
I want to confirm my understanding. Are you asking for more features to be added?
Yes, we need to include the mobile app integration.
Could you clarify if the deadline will change to accommodate these new specifics?
Thanks for the chat earlier, Mark, but I'm a bit unclear about the final step.
No problem, Emma. Which part is causing confusion?
Could we drill down into how the files are supposed to be saved?
Let me expand on that. We use a specific naming convention to ensure alignment with the server.
Hi, everyone. I am Emma.
And I am Mark.
Today, we are learning how to politely ask a coworker for assistance.
Using the right words shows you respect your colleague's time and expertise.
A great way to start is by asking, would you happen to have a moment to help me with this?
This is very polite because it gives the other person an easy way to say they are busy.
Exactly. It acknowledges their schedule. I was wondering if you could lend a hand on this project. To lend a hand is a very common idiom in the office. It sounds friendly and collaborative. It implies a shared effort rather than just dumping work on someone. Mark, do you have any bandwidth to look at this with me? Bandwidth is a professional term for your capacity or time. It is a very logical way to ask if someone is too busy to help. I use that phrase frequently when my schedule is full. I'd really appreciate your expertise on this topic.
Using the word expertise is a compliment.
It tells your coworker that you value their specific skills and knowledge.
It makes people much more willing to assist you.
Mark, could I pick your brain about the new strategy?
To pick someone's brain means to ask for their ideas or advice.
It is informal, but very common in creative settings.
It suggests a quick, casual conversation.
I'm a bit stuck on this spreadsheet. Could you assist?
Saying you are a bit stuck is a humble way to admit you need help.
It shows you have tried, but need a little push to continue.
It is a very clear signal that a specific task needs attention.
Sometimes the workload is just too much.
You can say, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed and could use some support.
Using the word support sounds very professional.
It focuses on the solution rather than the stress.
I'd love some guidance on how to handle this client.
Guidance is a great word for when you want direction.
It implies you are looking for a mentor's perspective.
It is perfect for junior staff talking to senior staff.
Could I trouble you for some help with the printer?
This is a very formal and polite way to ask for a small favor.
It sounds very respectful.
It is often used when you are interrupting someone's flow.
Mark, I'm a bit stuck on this spreadsheet. Could you assist?
Notice how Emma specifies exactly what she needs help with.
Being specific helps your coworker know if they have the time to help.
Specificity is the key to efficient assistance.
Could you walk me through this process?
This means you want the person to show you how to do it step by step.
It is better than just asking them to do it for you.
This ensures you learn and won't have to ask again next time.
Sorry to bother you, but I could use some support regarding the quarterly results.
This is a classic softener phrase.
It acknowledges that the other person's time is valuable.
Use this when you have to approach someone without an appointment.
What if they say they are too busy?
You can ask, when would be a good time to revisit this?
Always thank them even if they cannot help immediately.
Professionalism is about maintaining the relationship.
Let's review our keywords: assistance, bandwidth, and expertise.
Also remember, lend a hand, pick your brain, and support.
These words make your requests sound natural.
And they help you get the help you need efficiently.
To summarize, start with a polite opening and state your problem clearly.
Use professional vocabulary like bandwidth and expertise.
Always acknowledge that your coworker is busy.
Being polite and clear makes you a better teammate.
Great job, everyone. Mark, I'm a bit stuck on this new software. Could you assist?
I'd be happy to. What seems to be the problem?
could you walk me through the setup process?
Of course, let's take a look together right now. Emma, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with this report. Do you have any bandwidth?
I'm quite busy, but I could lend a hand for 30 minutes.
I'd really appreciate your expertise on the data analysis section.
Sure. Sorry to hear you're swamped. Let's get it done. Mark, could I trouble you for a quick brainstorming session?
Sure, I have a few minutes.
I'd love to pick your brain about some creative ideas for the campaign.
I always enjoy sharing some guidance on creative projects. Let's talk.
Hi, everyone. I am Emma, and I am so excited to help you master the art of the follow-up email.
Hello, I am Mark. Following up is a critical professional skill that requires a balance of persistence and politeness.
Exactly. Let's start with a very common phrase, just checking in.
This is a friendly, low-pressure way to ask for an update without sounding demanding.
Our next phrase is wanted to circle back. It sounds so professional.
It is very effective because it suggests you are returning to a topic that was previously discussed.
You might say, I just wanted to circle back on this project.
This phrase keeps the conversation organized and focused on the goal.
I love this one, gentle nudge. It feels so soft and kind.
It is a polite way to remind someone about an email they might have forgotten.
You could write, sending a gentle nudge as I haven't heard back.
It signals that you are being patient while still requesting a response.
What about top of mind, Mark? This phrase is used to ensure the recipient is still thinking about your request. No rush, but I wanted to keep this top of mind. It shows that the matter is still important to you, even if there is no immediate deadline. Sometimes people are just busy, so we use bring this back to the top of your inbox. This is a very practical phrase. It acknowledges that their inbox might be crowded.
It implies that you are helping them find your message easily among many others.
If you want to be brief, use quick follow-up. This is excellent for short messages where you just need a simple answer. I am sending a quick follow-up regarding our meeting. It respects the recipient's time by promising a short read. What if we need a specific progress report?
Then use any update on the status.
This is direct but still professional.
It is best used when there is a project or a task that has a clear timeline.
Just to be sure you didn't miss it is a great way to save face for the other person.
Exactly. It assumes the best of the recipient, that they are busy, not ignoring you.
It is very empathetic.
It removes any blame from the conversation.
I often use following up on my previous message.
This is the most standard way to link your current email to the last one.
It provides context immediately.
It helps the recipient find the history of the conversation quickly.
Touch base is a classic, isn't it?
It is. It means to briefly contact someone to see how things are going.
I wanted to touch base regarding the new designs.
It's very common in American business English.
Let's practice. I just wanted to circle back on this project.
Notice how Emma uses just to soften the tone.
It makes it sound less like a demand.
Try using this after a few days of silence.
Sending a gentle nudge as I haven't heard back.
This is perfect for a second follow-up.
It shows you are still waiting, but you aren't angry.
Keep your tone light and helpful here.
Just checking in to see if you had any thoughts.
This is great when you've sent a proposal or an idea.
It invites the other person to share their opinion.
It's collaborative rather than confrontational.
No rush, but I wanted to keep this top of mind.
This is the ultimate polite follow-up.
It gives the recipient permission to take their time.
Yet it still serves as a reminder.
Please let me know if you need any further information from my side.
This is a helpful way to end a follow-up.
It puts the ball back in their court while offering assistance.
It shows you are proactive.
We covered so much, from gentle nudges to circling back.
Remember, the goal of a follow-up is to get an answer while maintaining a good relationship.
Don't be afraid to follow up. Most people are just busy.
Use these phrases to stay professional and effective.
Remember, the goal of a follow-up is to get an answer while maintaining a good relationship. Don't be afraid to follow up. Most people are just busy.
Use these phrases to stay professional and effective.
Mark, I'm following up on the budget proposal I sent last week.
Oh, Emma, I've been so swamped with meetings.
No problem. I just wanted to bring this back to the top of your inbox.
Thanks for the gentle nudge. I'll review it this afternoon.
Mark, how long should I wait before sending a second follow-up?
Usually 3 to 5 business days is the standard.
So if I email on Monday, I should wait until Thursday or Friday?
Correct, unless it is an urgent matter.
What if they never reply, even after 3 follow-ups?
At that point, it might be best to try a different communication channel, like a phone call.
Or I could ask if there is someone else I should be speaking with.
That's a very professional way to move the project forward.
Welcome, everyone. Today, we are learning how to handle those awkward moments when you respond late. It happens to the best of us, but the right language makes a huge difference in maintaining professionalism. Our first phrase is sincere apologies. It sounds much more professional than just saying sorry.
Exactly, Emma. You might say, "Please accept my sincere apologies for the delay."
When a task is forgotten because you are busy, we say it slipped through the cracks.
It implies that the mistake was unintentional due to a high volume of work.
Have you ever had so many emails that you missed one? That is when it gets buried in my inbox.
Using this phrase helps the recipient understand the scale of your workload.
I love the phrase circling back. It sounds very active.
It is perfect for returning to a previous conversation after a long gap. For example, I am circling back on our discussion from last week.
Instead of just apologizing, try thank you for your patience.
This shifts the focus from your mistake to their kindness, which is a great psychological trick.
Bearing with me is another way to thank someone for waiting.
It is slightly more informal than patience, but still very appropriate for internal team communication.
Sometimes we are late because something else exploded. We say, an urgent matter required my attention.
This provides a legitimate reason without going into too much personal detail.
Oversight is a sophisticated word for a mistake or something missed. Saying, please accept my apologies for the oversight is very high level and professional. If a response is very late, we call it a belated response.
It is a formal way to acknowledge the time gap right at the beginning of your message.
To show you are acting immediately, use getting back to you now.
This phrase creates a sense of urgency and shows that their request is finally your priority.
Let's practice. My sincere apologies for the delayed response.
This is the gold standard for professional emails. Use it when the delay was more than 2 days.
Try saying, this unfortunately slipped through the cracks.
Adding unfortunately makes you sound more empathetic and regretful about the delay.
I'm just circling back on your previous email now.
This is a great way to restart a conversation without making it feel like a heavy apology.
I appreciate you bearing with me on this.
This is perfect for when a task took longer to complete than you initially promised.
We covered sincere apologies, oversight, and how to thank people for their patience.
Remember, the goal is to be honest, professional, and move forward with the solution quickly.
Mark, I am so sorry. My feedback on the project unfortunately slipped through the cracks.
No worries, Emma. I appreciate you getting back to me now so we can finish the report. Emma, please accept my apologies for the belated response. Your message was buried in my inbox.
Thank you for the update, Mark. I'm glad we are circling back to this today. How should we word this reply to the client? Let's start with, my sincere apologies for the oversight, and mention that an urgent matter required our attention. Hi, everyone. Today we are learning how to kindly offer help to our coworkers.
It is a vital professional skill that builds strong collaborative teams.
Let's start with the word assistance.
It is a formal and polite way to say help. You can say, I would like to offer my assistance with this project.
Bandwidth and capacity refer to how much time or energy you have.
You might say, I have some extra capacity this afternoon. Can I help?
Do you need a hand with that? Is a classic friendly phrase.
It is perfect for casual moments when you see a coworker struggling with a physical or digital task.
To pitch in means to join a collective effort.
For example, I am happy to pitch in if you are feeling swamped with the team report.
Is there anything I can take off your plate? Is such a helpful question.
It literally means taking a task away from them so they have less to worry about.
Use the word swamped when you notice someone is extremely busy.
You could say, "You look swamped. Would you like me to handle these emails for you?"
Overloaded is similar to swamped, but suggests the weight of many responsibilities.
It is logical to offer help when a colleague is clearly overloaded.
Mentioning your own availability makes the offer feel less intrusive.
Try saying, I have some extra capacity this afternoon. Can I help with the data entry?
Sometimes a general offer is best.
Use the phrase, "Let me know if I can support you on this project."
Being specific is very professional. Say something like, "I'd be glad to assist with the formatting of the presentation." Collaborate means to work together on a single goal.
It sounds very professional. Let's collaborate on the client follow-ups to save time.
Identifying a specific task like follow-ups shows you are paying attention.
I noticed you're busy. Can I handle the client follow-ups for you? Is a great approach.
Always use a cheerful and empathetic tone when offering.
Logic is good, but showing you care about their stress levels is even better.
Don't interrupt them if they are deep in focus.
Wait for a natural break to offer your assistance. We learned swamped, bandwidth, and capacity.
And phrases like lend a hand, pitch in, and take that off your plate.
Mark, you look a bit swamped. Do you need a hand with the final report?
Oh, I really do. I am worried about the deadline.
I have extra capacity, so let me take the formatting off your plate.
Thank you, Emma. That is a huge relief.
Emma, I noticed you were working on the new software. I'd be glad to assist with the setup since I know it well.
Really? I have been struggling with these settings for an hour.
I am happy to pitch in and show you the shortcuts.
That is so helpful, Mark. Mark, I can handle the data entry so you can focus on the high priority presentation.
Are you sure? That would help me focus on the client's needs.
Absolutely. I'm happy to support you so the whole team succeeds.
I appreciate your collaboration, Emma.
Hi, everyone. I am Emma, and I am so excited to help you navigate tricky workplace conversations.
Hello, I am Mark. Miscommunication is a common hurdle, but today we will learn the vocabulary to clear the air.
Our first keyword is misunderstanding.
It refers to a failure to understand something correctly.
For example, you can say, I think there has been a slight misunderstanding regarding the start time.
When things get foggy, we need to clarify.
To clarify means to make a statement or situation less confusing and more comprehensible.
I love using this word because it sounds so professional.
You might ask your boss, could you please clarify the main goal of this task?
It shows you are proactive and want to do a great job. Sometimes instructions are just too vague.
That is what we call ambiguity.
Ambiguity happens when something can be understood in more than one way.
If a request is unclear, you can say, I noticed some ambiguity in the project brief.
It is better to address it early than to guess. Have you ever felt like you and a colleague are talking about two different things?
We call that having our wires crossed.
It is a great idiom for when communication breaks down.
You can say, I think we have our wires crossed on which client we are calling.
It is a friendly way to admit there is a mix-up. After clearing up a mess, we want to be on the same page.
This means to have the same understanding or to agree on a plan.
It is such a positive phrase.
You can ask, before we finish, are we all on the same page?
It ensures everyone is moving in the same direction. Sometimes you need to repeat something just to be sure.
That is when you use the phrase, just to be clear.
It acts as a polite preface before you restate a fact.
Just to be clear, the meeting is moved to Tuesday at 10.
It prevents any future confusion from happening. If a process is complicated, I always ask for a walkthrough.
The phrase is, could you walk me through this?
It asks the other person to explain a process step by step.
Could you walk me through the new software installation?
It is a very polite way to ask for a detailed explanation.
It is okay to admit you did not catch everything.
You can say, I might have missed that.
It sounds much better than saying, I was not listening.
If a meeting is fast, say, I might have missed that last point about the budget.
Your colleagues will appreciate your honesty.
To reiterate is a fancy way to say repeat.
It is very common in professional emails.
You might say, I would like to reiterate our commitment to this deadline.
It emphasizes that the point you are making is very important.
Use it when you want to make sure your message sticks.
Here is a big word for you, elucidate.
To elucidate means to make something clear or to explain it.
It is very formal and professional.
Could you elucidate on the findings of your research?
It is a great way to ask for a deeper dive into a topic. We need to be careful not to sound like we are blaming others.
Exactly. Instead of saying you are wrong, use a softer phrase.
Try, I think there has been a slight misunderstanding.
It removes the personal edge and focuses on the error instead of the person.
It keeps the atmosphere friendly and collaborative. Active listening is key to good work.
You can show you are listening by saying, let me double check my understanding.
Then you summarize what the other person just said.
Let me double check my understanding. You want the slides finished by noon?
It gives the other person a chance to correct you if you are wrong.
Sometimes a one-sentence answer is not enough.
That is when you ask them to elaborate.
Could you elaborate on that point?
It encourages the speaker to provide more details or context.
It shows you are genuinely interested in what they have to say.
If you are confused, don't stay silent.
Use the phrase, I'm not sure I quite follow.
It is a professional way to say you are lost.
I'm not sure I quite follow the logic behind this change.
It opens the door for a better explanation without sounding rude.
What if you are the one who wasn't clear?
Then you take ownership.
Say, my apologies for the confusion. What I meant was...
This phrase allows you to restart your explanation without losing face.
It is a mark of a great communicator to admit when they weren't clear.
Wow, we covered so much today.
We learned words like clarify, ambiguity, reiterate, and elucidate.
And phrases like being on the same page, walking through a process, and double-checking our understanding.
Remember to use these to keep your workplace running smoothly.
Communication is a skill that gets better with practice.
Mark, I saw your email about the launch. I interpreted it to mean we are launching on Monday.
Oh, actually, I meant we are finalizing the plan on Monday.
I think we had our wires crossed there.
My apologies for the confusion. What I meant was the planning phase.
Let me double-check my understanding. The actual launch is later then.
Yes, it is scheduled for Friday.
Okay, team, we need the API hooks, the CSS refactor, and the QA sync done by EOD.
I'm not sure I quite follow, Mark. Could you elaborate on the priority of those tasks?
The API is the most urgent.
I might have missed the deadline for the QA sync. Was that today or tomorrow?
That is for tomorrow morning.
Just to be clear, I will focus on the API first, then the CSS.
Precisely.
Mark, I finished the design, but I think there's been a slight misunderstanding.
Why do you say that?
You asked for a bright style, but the client feedback mentioned minimalist.
I see the ambiguity in my instructions now.
Could you walk me through the specific colors they prefer?
Let's circle back to the style guide to ensure total clarity for the revision.
That sounds great. Let's get on the same page before I restart.